Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Making a Difference in Daytona Beach. I'm your mayor and I'm here today with Bruce McNorton, gentleman who played professional football for a number of years. When I was a child, I had the good fortune of rooting against him very often on Sundays when he played for the Detroit Lions. And I was supporting our home team, the Tampa Bay Bucks. But every other Sunday, my brothers and I would always cheer for Bruce and the Detroit Lions. Bruce is the founder of a football clinic here in town, the Bruce McNorton Football Clinic, and what I consider a hometown hero. Bruce, you want to tell us first a little bit about your clinic and how it got started?
Yeah, well, Mayor, I'll tell you, it got started out at Cypress Street Recreation Center, which is now the Midtown Center. That's where, I grew up in that area.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was a recreation department supervisor over there for over 20 years. And, and she worked in there, and we were always on those fields and all. And, as I got older and grew up and went to the pros and did all the things I did, I felt like I wanted to come back home and do something. So, this year would have technically been the 16th year, but we didn't have the clinic last year. Mm-hmm. So this year becomes the 15th year. Mm-hmm. But we've been doing it, and it's a free clinic. And like I say, the inspiration was just, my son actually was in town, and he was playing high school football, and he'd been working out, and he was down here, and we went out on the field and started working out, and we got about, a couple of kids passed by, and they stopped and wanted to come out and throw the football around, and we started doing it, and then they said, you come back tomorrow. The next day, we had about 7 kids. Then the next day we ended up with about 16. Then the next day it was like about 25. And one of the workers over at the recreation center says, hey, Bruce, you need to be doing a camp. And Freddie Lee, yes. That's who it was. He had been asking me over and over the years, saying, man, you do a camp here. So anyway, we just impromptu put that camp together. Joe Chirillo got in on it and got the fields, and we got the field a little marked off there, and we did a little camp. And then we started getting together and started saying, hey, we're going to try to do this on a yearly basis. And we started doing it yearly. And it's a pre-camp. It says Bruce McNorton Football Clinic, but also, too, the BMFC stands also, too, for the Bruce McNorton Fanny Counts Foundation, which is what sponsors the camp now. And that Fanny Counts was my mother, Miss Counts, that a lot of people around here remember, that worked at Cypress Street Recreation Center, as well as Sunnyland and Campbell. So she spent over 36 years into the recreation department here in the city of Daytona Beach. So I was brought up into that, and she was always helping. And, she was preschool teacher to a lot of young kids, some of the older people now here that will say, I remember your mother when she taught me how to do pot holders and all those things. And people that know me know I'm into arts and crafts, and I think that's what happened. I got into that, so I do a lot of those things. But the inspiration is really like when I was young, I always, I would love to have been able to go to a free football clinic. I was into football, I was into sports, and, Mary Henry, you was into basketball and all like that. I know if there was some free basketball clinics
absolutely.
or stuff going on, you've been jumping at the bits. Well, that was kind of like what was happening with me. And I said, God has blessed me to be in a position to do it. And so I said, hey, we're going to do it, and we won't worry about, we're going to charge anyone for this camp. It's going to be free. So it's been freestanding now for the last 15 years, and we hope that another 15 years will be the same thing, and that it will, get bigger and better. And I have to say, too, that the city of Daytona Beach has been very supportive, with the fields and making sure we got a lot of the things that we do, and also, too, sharing some of their connections with me being able to do, pull this camp off. So I'm very, very appreciative of that.
Well, we are happy to partner with you in that way and help you to, contribute to our community. As you know, sports and recreation are an important outlet for our kids. Tell us a little bit about, what exactly you do at the camp to engender, a positive attitude as well as teach the kids about athletics.
Well, I think what happens is that when the kids get a chance to see some of these guys come out, and I got a lot of some former NFL players, some guys that actually played with me in Detroit, that are here in the Florida area, but also too with my affiliation with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got some guys, like Ernie Mills and John L. Williams are guys that were #1 picks that played with the Pittsburgh Steelers that come in. So you got professional athletes that are coming in that are willing to spend their time and getting a chance to, if you go out to the camp, you see these guys talking to these kids, doing one-on-ones. And that's one of the things that we encourage is that, talking to these kids, because I could just imagine if it was me and I get a chance to talk. I remember, and Coach Wyatt does not believe, Alvin Wyatt, that I keep telling him all the time that he truly was my idol. He was the first professional football player that I actually got a chance to really see and kind of got to know and everything like that. And it was just, it was something. I wanted to gravitate around him whenever he was trying to do something. He's driving in big pink Lincoln, down. I'd be like, I want to be like that guy, But the thing is that it was just, how I felt and how I know I would have felt if I had an opportunity is what kind of drives me, to get these kids. And I get these kids out there and they seem like they're having fun and they're trying to learn and they're trying to grasp up. And then, like I said, the guys there that are able to talk to them, to be able to talk to someone that that has done something that you have aspirations to do. Yeah.
So each community needs, models of possibility. And I refer to gentlemen such as yourself who have gone on to be successful as models of possibility, things that our kids can become and what they can do. And you highlight Coach Wyatt as one of those. Can you recount other people from our community who may have inspired you?
Well, I tell you, you know what else? And I talk about Coach Wyatt and that we had a good relationship, but the first professional football player I ever met was Coach McLaren. Because Dwayne, he played on the team on the JC Jets with me, in midget league, and his dad would come out, and his dad played professional football, and it was like, man, okay, all right, but we just see him. But Coach Wyatt, he was the one that actually went out on the field and he'd show you how sweet his feet were. He still could probably do it now, but he did those things, but. It's an inspiration, just like I said, to see those kids and see them soaking this stuff up and getting an opportunity to meet someone who could show them a way that they could say, I can be like that person and I know this person. And so a lot of different functions in the city, I'm trying to get around that and get to those things because I know that, being there sometimes would be so much more and much of a motivational type thing for some of these kids.
Now I know you have the camp every year. Is it in June or July? Tell us.
Well, it's usually in June. It's usually either that first or second week in June, and it just depends on how the month falls. But most of the time, it's right there in that second week of June because we try to get it right as school is out. But now. Families hopefully are not going on vacation. Hopefully we can get there before, because we got all these camps now, the Nike camps, and now all the colleges are inviting all of the kids to the campuses and having camps and all like that. So we try to work around that.
Well, let me ask you this, and I really appreciate you coming out. We have a community here in Daytona Beach that believes in giving back. How have you felt that the community has been able to support you? Do you have folks who have helped you along the way outside of the city, in terms of other people that are helping you to get this done?
Oh, yes. Yeah, but, I tell you, it's amazing that on the day of the camp, it seems like we get more than enough volunteers that will come out and help.
Okay.
And I don't know all their names.
Yeah.
But I see them almost every year coming out.
Just come out to help.
Yeah, they come. Whatever needs to be done. You want to pass out T-shirts, trying to get these kids here in line right here. We get the water together, getting the pizza we give them, making sure, walking around, making sure the kids, keeping eyes on the kids. His kid looks like he's a little sluggish or whatever. It's just amazing that everybody just comes in and just starts working. And then, the Pop Warner teams here, I get a lot of their coaches have come in and just help out every year, and they bring in their kids.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you again, Bruce.
One more thing. Yes, I would. One more thing. I'm going to want to present this and give you this T-shirt here from this year's camp. And it's the Bruce McNorton football camp. But I also, too, want to say, like on the back of on the shirt, you see these names on the back of the shirt. These are the names of people that actually have started when the camp started. These guys were doing it. But over the last 2 years, we've had 6 people that have passed away. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to make in winning memory of those people that, helped this foundation that was going to keep this camp going. And we have, we honored them by putting the names on the back of the shirts and everything. And it's Josh Edwards, who's a longtime friend of mine. We grew up together and everything. And, and Chris Isaac, all-American quarterback at Eastern Kentucky University, won the national championship there. And Lorenzo Wilson was a teammate of mine at Spruce Creek and Seabreeze. Ron Hughes, he used to be the director of and the general manager for the Detroit Lions. He came down and had donated money to the camp. And Reggie Cobb was a running back at Tennessee that came to the camp. A number 1 pick, played at, I think he played at Tampa too. And Betty Bates, she used to work the desk and everything. And a lot of people know Miss Bates, from her time around here. Well, she was definitely instrumental in helping with this camp. But we like to, on behalf of the Bruce McNorton Football Clinic, we'd like to present this shirt to you, Mayor Henry.
Thank you. I'm honored to have it, and I just want to say to everyone that Mr. McNorton is a hometown hero, and just like he's making a difference in our city, you too can make a difference.
Yes.
Hometown hero making a difference in Daytona Beach. We encourage you to join the movement and make a difference as well. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. All right.